What's up, guys? It's Demented Caliber here,
With S13 the Beast.
And I am Terro Storm.
and well, this is an emergency mod mouth.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right, so it was Terra's idea. Let's let her start first.
This is Bulbasaur. He came from the dear Uncle Beast Mode, and I love him. And yes,
He is
he's my best
cute.
friend.
He really is cute.
Um, anyway, so this thing.
The Vandy Pulse BF Kit. Project by Tony B. It's a
Oh
project.
yeah, this is Tony Deep. Um, it's the one with the red doors. It's wonkable. Um, well, duh, that's what the pulse is supposed to be. I'm not good at talking. This is why I don't talk during mod mouth. You're just gonna let me jabber on. Um, this was beast mode. There is still juice on it. I apparently did not clean up the mess as well as I thought I did. He sent me two drip tips, which is this purple one and this little black one, and then this is the battery adapter, and this is the actual pulse itself, which has a what did I say? It was a 12 wrap Nichrome thingy.
Well,
Well, thank you. It had two, but I took one out because it was it too high or too low of a resistance? It was too high, wasn't it?
Too low.
too hot. Yeah,
Too
too
low?
low.
Too low. Too low resistance. Um, for it to be okay. I did fire it on at resistance, but I also got spare doors because I think we talked about on a different mod mouth, he vented the battery in the Matt one over there. Yeah, new one. So there's that. And then there was the drip tip adapter because this is actually the drip tip. Oh, this is my 805 by the way. That's actually a drip tip from my baby bee. Hey, it's beast.
Ah,
Eh,
ah,
eh. Um, but so I know that Mental Caliber want to talk about how I ended up with it. But so I don't know, around Christmas time, I put together these boxes of stuffs and goodies, and I sent them to Beast Mode, another member of F13, and Demet Caliber over there. And apparently, despite the fact that this was not a returning gift thing, Beast decided you're getting a gift back, and I'm also going to send something to Demented Caliber. And I was like, dude, not that I had a choice. He has my address. That's okay. That means he doesn't have a choice either, and I can send him things like more coffee crisps. You're not even gonna deny the coffee crisps. Don't even. I could send you a bubble mailer full of coffee crisps, and you would just be like,
I may partake in the coffee crisp. It doesn't mean
"Oh
I
yeah,
approve.
yeah, you will, you will." Don't even.
I'm not approving of the coffee crisp. I may partake.
Me partake, he says. Anyway, so the initial plan was to just send me a RDA because I believe you were gonna send me what, the Daruga?
uh, but possible, I think.
I think it was the Daruga because I like saying the word Daruga.
Yes.
It wasn't because of that. It was some other reason, but
Yes.
I'm gonna pretend that was the reason because I like saying Daruga. Um, but the reason is because I don't know if anyone knows anything about Canada, but Canada's stupid. And for me to go and get a dead rabbit, it would cost me close to $100. For Beast to go get a dead rabbit, it's like 40, between $30 and $40.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. So I hadn't got an RDA, and I was feeling left out of the mod mouse, despite the fact that I'm literally the person who made this um, thing on his channel. Literally me. I was feeling a little left out because all I had was a tank. and I couldn't build. You can't build on a tank. So that's not something that happened.
Well, if you have a tank with a rebuildable section.
Well, that's
There is that. There is that. He's got you there.
Don't mind me. I am extremely hyper, probably because I have a Bulbasaur. Sorry. But I also compulsively switch juice flavors.
Yes.
I get bored very easily. Very, 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 very easily. Um, which honestly, I'm surprised I've had the same haircut and color for this long, but I finally found something I like and stuck with it. But I get bored very, very, very easily. I remove my nail polish all the time and change it. It's not the point. Um, so I would, and this bothered some people. I don't know if it bothered them, but I know it bothers some people in the vaping community. I used to untwist my tank and dump my juice back into my bottle, and then switch juice, which irritates some people apparently. I don't know why. Don't have a problem with it.
It would irritate me more if you just dumped your juice down the drain.
Why would I do that? I'm gonna pay for it, and half of it has CBD in it. CBD is expensive as.
Yeah, well, that I don't see why they get so upset over it.
I don't know. Who knows? Friggin' people get upset over everything. But then there was a cloud competition I wanted to go to where the prize was a red and black Vandy Vape Pulse. And somebody got a little offended because apparently he wanted to go with me to a cloud comp for both of our first ones. So he didn't really want me to go, and I was a little pissy. Not gonna lie, I was a little pissy. I get pissy a lot. I am really fucking hyper. Pay no attention to it. I'm a goddamn brat. Feel free to chime in anytime you know.
Oh, you're doing good.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's actually very entertaining.
But so I was a little annoyed, and well, Beast is like, well, I'll send you my Vandy Vape Pulse. I'm like, no, I wanted to win it. And he's like, well, we could do a cloud call, and I was like, that's not the point. So I was like pouty for a few days, and then so kind of got over it, and then another cloud comp rolled around, and I was like, and they're just like, that's pretty much your guys' output. Was you were like, all right.
Right. So.
So I was tricked. Cheap little fucks.
So Dementa came up with the idea of doing a cloud comp, and I kind of got where he's going with it, like a little bit. So I kind of went like I was like, you know what, we're gonna do it. Although she can out cloud me anytime, I'm not gonna deny that. But she knows that anyway, so I don't even know why she even agreed to it anyway, because she kind of knew something had to be going on. But anyway.
Legitimately, I didn't. I was just like, oh yeah, sure, this is fun. Because I was just still, I thought you guys were just trying to make me less moody about the fact that I didn't go to one. I literally thought that's what it was. You're like, you're a bitch.
Actually, I mean, like, legitimately, the whole thing was to get you to be less moody about it. I mean, you won and you won the prize. So, yeah, so that's how you got the.
So yeah, I beat him, and then despite my many protests, I was sent a Vandy Vape Pulse, which I do enjoy. I do like it, but god damn it, beast mode.
Well, he was never going to use it.
Yeah, I mean, once you get like a dual battery squonker, it's kind of go back to a single battery.
Why don't you go ahead and show that, Jim?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you. I put a top cap. It's like really big, so I think that's kind of looks like a top hat, but they got the G box.
Abraham vaping.
There you go.
It just needs tails, man. Right, little tail.
Oh, but good times. But no, I kind of was like, I tricked them both actually.
Yeah,
It was a. You gotta admit, it was definitely a good trickery.
it was.
But I had fun. I didn't really compete because obviously it wouldn't be fair.
Right,
Wouldn't be fair.
right. We got that.
It is
You're right.
definitely not fair when I do my back arch from hell.
No, no, that would be overkill.
Yeah. Mini back arch from hell. Besides the point, me and Beats also wanted to talk about Nichrome.
Yes, Nichrome.
Because Beast has had more experience with the Nichrome than what I have, I'll let him talk first.
Yeah. On the subject of Nichrome, I prefer it over like say like Canthol. I haven't had a lot of experience with like stainless steel, and I definitely haven't touched nickel with anything because I don't do temperature control with anything. Um,
Nickel's dangerous.
um, you
They
say dangerous.
actually use nickel in vaping for temperature
Really?
control. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Why?
because if you're using temperature control, it doesn't go up to the part that goes up to the point where it becomes bad. It's supposed to
That
be.
just seems like a really like. I'm not looking at this from a vaping standpoint because I don't really understand it from a vaping standpoint. I only understand it from a chemical standpoint because of science. But that just doesn't seem like a good idea to me.
Here we go. Might
You
have
have
to. Yeah, I actually have a nickel coil head here.
have you ever used it?
No, I haven't. I'm scared to.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I know a lot of people who do vape with nickels, so.
And you got titanium too.
Yeah, titanium, stainless steel, which
The
also
thing about
some.
nickel is that if the temperature gets even a little bit too high, it starts leaching toxins, and you're inhaling them.
Well, that's the point of the temperature control, I guess.
Yeah, my only like well, that looks cool, but
Well, you can't see it, but it says N200, which is nickel 200.
Yeah.
Which there was a guy that I used to watch regularly who talked about building and so on and so forth. And he was warning the dangers of using nickel in wattage mode. But there's
Well,
some people who swear by the nickel.
which I've never had experience with, but as of what I've used so far, I've definitely liked Nichrome the best.
Yeah.
I think it's I think me and Demented has discovered that is more malleable to build with. It's a little easier. Canthol especially has more of a spring in it. It just wants to it wants to retain its shape that it came from. Yeah, it's got more of a
It's harder to work with, in my
yeah.
opinion.
Oh, I
So
totally
I
agree.
that actually required a lot of force. But you look at something like this. Oh shit! We don't need this to coil out on me.
Yeah, it just bends wherever you want to go and it stays there. And that's the thing I like about it. One of the things I also like the fact that um, you don't get a metallic taste at all. With some of them you do. I know Canthol you get a bit like a hint of like a metallic taste after especially when you first get the coil before you break it in, especially you get that little bit of a in the back of your throat kind of thing.
Kind of tastes like you got fresh fillings.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And so I mean, if I'm gonna rate it, I'm gonna probably rate Canthol out of like on a 1-10 scale, probably about a 9, just because I really do like it that much.
You mean
And
Nichrome? You said Canthol.
yeah, Nichrome, you know what I mean.
It was like Canthol gets a 9 out of 10. What?
Right. It totally goes against what you were just talking about 5 seconds ago. No, but yes, Nichrome. Another thing I like about it, I do want to mention on this one is that another reason I give it that rating is because of the ramp up. It doesn't take it's you can go lower with it, and if you want to go higher, you can make bigger coils, which I like the fact that you can do more wraps. It looks better aesthetically than like doing like a one or two, three or like around three wraps. You can do about like 4 to 5 on
Yeah, well,
a line.
here's the thing with 3 wraps. 3 wraps don't heat up evenly.
Exactly.
Four
And
wraps is with Kanthal, 22 gauge Kanthal, 4 wraps around a 3 millimeter bit. It'll do you, but keep in mind the more wraps you have, the more power it requires.
right, that is true. But it also, I think, it becomes a better vaping experience if you have more wraps to do a lower resistance build. Myself, anyway, just because of I just think it responds better if you. I mean, it is harder to push it, but I think the end result, experience-wise, I think it's better off.
I have just something random to check in that I just realized, so I would like to say it before I forget it. Um, I don't know if it's um the coil or if it's the actual RDA itself. This is breathing wise easier to vape off of than the baby beast.
Because the airflow is a lot more restricted on the Baby Beast.
Yeah, it's less
It,
restrictive on that.
the airflow of it.
Hmm.
I just found that I already have asthma, so I mean, I just found that it's easier to vape out of this than it is out of the baby beast.
When you look at like a tank's design about look at their air holes. I mean, like the one he was holding up a minute ago, you can see where the air has to travel through that chimney. Basically, is how it's designed because it's all like on top of each other. Even if it isn't, it's still in that metal tube, and it's got to go through that and then out the bottom there. Um, on an RDA or basically just an RDA. I mean, you can with RTAs they got better airflow as well because again you got more of a build deck going on, but um, especially with RDAs, it's got that wide open like threshold. Yes, you can. They have a lot where they're focalized to a certain area of the where the coils would be hit, but in general, it's still going in that big barrel section and coming right up the shaft in your mouth. So it's not.
I would like to say I fucking hate Wizard Wicks. I don't like the flavor it gives.
I think it's a lack of flavors. What the problem is.
Well, it's not even that. It has a weird tang aftertaste.
Yeah, I think there's something that's like underneath of it. So when you first initially hit it, there's a lack of flavor that goes on there because of that, and then there's that tang that you're talking about at the end. I think it's throughout the whole vape, but you can't tell about it until after you.
Because obviously you guys know that this also came from Beast Mode, not the box mod. I owned the box mod. I already had that. But the Radar RDA came from Beast Mode, and I believe as I remember, he used Wizard Wicks in it. He didn't use Cotton Bacon.
I don't think I did. Yeah, I think I used Wizard Works.
Yeah, I don't think you use Cotton Bacon because I know what Cotton Bacon looks like when it's dry, and this almost is. I don't know. It's almost kind of synthetic looking. Like it's.
Well, it says it's 100% cotton.
Sure, it ain't 100% synthetic cotton.
It possibly could be synthetic cotton. I don't know, but well,
I don't know, man. I don't like it. I mean, the packaging's cool though.
the packaging's pretty cool.
With his white
And
eyes.
it comes only in this size. That's the only thing I could find anywhere. I think it's actually from Ohio, but I'm not 100% positive on that. But I know that the major site that it comes from, like where they seem to have the most of it, is on OhioVapeSupply.com. But I actually got this from one of the local shops here. But it comes in a it only comes in a 12-foot, like big long strand.
See, cotton bacon. I'm looking at the packaging. I'm gonna have to get some more. But it's made in the USA, and it says it comes from Boise, Idaho,
See, yours has all that stuff on it. Mine doesn't even tell me where it's
or
from.
Boise, Idaho, or something like that. I don't fucking know.
On the top, and I must have ripped it off, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't say exactly. It doesn't say anything about the manufacturer at all. But it can fit up to a 6 millimeter
Wait, what?
the strand. If you have it uncut, like just cut it, it'll fit up to a 6 millimeter inner diameter.
Who the fuck is building their coils that damn big?
I mean, maybe it's for the fact of like
Well, I can't say anything
mesh.
because let me dig through my.
Maybe it's for mesh. Mesh should be about that big, wouldn't it?
Probably. Well, I've built my coils. Well, this is probably a 4 millimeter in diameter.
Yeah.
So I've built with that. It's about a 4. I don't know. I build with any. I try anything. It doesn't matter what the diameter is. If the vape's good, it vape's good. I've built coils that even had, especially with this 28 gauge Canthal, I've actually built a coil that was a 2 millimeter inner diameter. Really tiny.
Yeah, that is tiny.
It is. I used one of my precision screwdrivers, and it was very tiny. But going back to Nichrome, kidney puncher, by the way, that's the brand that we use.
Yes.
But I haven't used the 22 gauge. I may try that one of these. Hey, go ahead.
Do dry hits burn?
Yeah.
I just did that.
That may have been a burn hit.
Did you feel like it was like the Sahara Desert entering your mouth?
It hurt.
Yep, that's a dry hit.
Once you start, all right. So I'm here's a little the hell's going on with my hair?
I'm used to tanks that hurt.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: when you can't taste any more flavor, drip. Put juice. Trust me, you'll know.
Oh yeah, you'll know. You'll do anything to avoid that again. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I will. That was not pleasant.
But going back to Nichrome, after she interrupted the what I was talking
I'm
about.
sorry, I had to. I needed to know. That was very painful.
All right,
No,
so
you need to ask.
I haven't used the 22, so we'll put the 22 off to the side. What I have used, and I've been a big fan of, even in Canthal, is 20 gauge.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit more easier to work with. It's got a lower internal resistance, even on Canthal. But this, some good stuff. I did a build in the, let's see, where is it? On this guy right here. This is a 0.1 resistant build, and I built it specifically for the Zageli Chaos Z. I could have went lower. Did I want to try and go lower? No. 100 watts. Now here's the thing. Before Terro got the Pulse RDA, Beast he had a build in there that was reading the same resistance. Don't know how the fuck he ended up with this number.
I don't either.
No. I don't think there's Nichrome in there. I think that's Canthal.
Is it?
Might be Canthal. I'm fairly. I don't know. Don't remember when you built it. What you? No, it was Nichrome. It was Nichrome.
It is Nichrome. I just can't remember what it was.
You use. That's why.
What's why?
I think he used he was trying to get the resistance up, so he used 20 gauge and he used a different inner diameter than what I use, which is 3 mil.
Yeah.
You were trying to get the resistance higher.
Yeah. I believe so.
Because here's the thing, we're going to talk a little bit about building to hopefully, or not hopefully, but just better help, better educate Terro when it comes to building. So here's the thing about resistance. It can jump from whatever, like you can have the perfect build and it stay at the perfect resistance like this is. This is reading 0.1 on my Sigelli. I can throw it on the Wismac and it reads 0.1. So this is an ideal perfect build for me. It's actually one of my perfect builds with Nichrome. Yeah, I did one other build with Nichrome. It didn't come out too good. That's just because I was using new to the wire and so on and so forth. But your resistance will change. Sometimes it can jump from 0.08 to 0.1, maybe 0.12, 0.13. Now, if you start to see it jumping all over the place and it's just keep jumping, check your screws.
It's I looked at the post that when I built it on storm clouds.
Yeah.
It was a 20 gauge 9 wrap.
20 gauge 9 wrap. All right. So that's it. All right. So never mind. Go back. Scratch everything I just said because that's how many wraps are on this. 9 wraps.
Yeah.
10 if you include the half wraps. Half wraps are being that comes around and that's your leads.
Oh, are you supposed to include those or not include those?
Some people do. I sometimes do include them, and I exclude them. If I'm counting, I exclude the half wraps because then it wouldn't make sense to you.
10 wraps, not 12.
Yeah, it's 10 wraps if you include the half wraps. So yeah, the builds are about the same. We were trying to figure that out earlier.
It's 12 if you include the half. It's 10 if you don't. I counted them.
I have no idea what the build that is then. I'm completely confused now.
Oh wait, hey, you said Canthol's magnetic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
This is Nichrome. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is 9 wraps.
Yeah, so 10 if you include the half wraps. All right, so we got this shit. We got it.
9.
All right, so yeah, this is about the. Hang on.
This is the 7 wrap. I can't count apparently.
Let me count mine.
I don't know.
I gotta find my pokey tool.
Yeah, no, it's.
All right, so it's a 6. All right, hang on. 1. Go ahead and talk, Beast, if you need to.
Oh, yeah.
This is the one that made these coils.
Well, when I originally wrote the original post on them, which was a while back ago.
All right, I'm gonna need a light.
So I stick by the 9 wraps.
Yeah, this one is 9. But if you count the half wrap, it's 9. Okay, yeah. We're on the same page. We're good. 9 wraps. I can't count. I originally counted 12.
Okay, so this isn't making any sense to me. If I don't include the half wraps, there's five wraps total. But if I include the half wraps, there's 7 wraps total. Mm.
Yeah.
If anybody knows anything about this, I mean, like why there would be that big of a variance in the wraps and the
But the
resistance.
resistance were the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like why the wraps would be different than the resistance produced. Leave a comment below because we're kind of baffled at this point.
Apparently, we're just.
But I think another thing that makes a difference is your actual leg length.
Yeah, those things don't have a leg length of a crap.
Yeah, they're pretty much sunk down to the deck.
Yep.
And then they'll get the two little tubes that point down at them.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of nervous to just pick up my vape and vape now because of how bad that hurts. I have never experienced a dry hit before in my entire life. You guys
Alright,
is
so, watch. Alright, so here's another little tip for you. If you're not sure whether your cotton is, this is going to make you cringe, moist or not, take your top cap off. In my case, the cotton's dry. So what do? See if there's any juice on here. Or in here.
You can visually see it, like he said. If
Can
you,
you?
yeah,
If it's white, it's not right.
What if your e-juice is clear? Will it still make the?
Yeah, well, if it's snow white, it's dry.
Okay.
If it has like sort of a shine to it, that means it's moist.
Okay. Alright, I gotcha. That was awful. I never want to experience that again.
yeah, it's not good.
Oh, I've actually done that at like 200 watts. With the twist, me and my cousin were dicking around, and I was showing him how tough my lungs actually are. I literally fucking had the most dry hit ever, and fucking like literally the wattage was so freaking high. I mean, you gotta listen to this. 200 watts with the twisted messes on the GX 350, right? It fucking burnt through the, like, it literally vaporized the juice instantly and then started burning my cotton.
Oh,
And I got the most worst burnt hit ever.
I bet. Oh.
But I see what all the hype is about when they build to these super low resistance. The flavor is, it's warmer, so it's a lot more pronounced. $120. But yeah. So what do I think of Nichrome? Well, I like it. It's a very nice wire. As you see, I freaking love the flavors.
My experience with it is good.
Yeah, with her experiences, especially on the little AL85 art. So here's the thing about Nichrome. If you have a low wattage device like the AL85 or something along those lines, whether it be the iStick Pico 75 watt that I used to have. So if you have something like that or something that doesn't have much power like the RX 75, which is a really good mod if you can get one that isn't fuckered. But Nichrome for those works really well, especially if you're building at a 0.2 resistance, and that's the best part about it because it has that low resistance.
Yeah.
What wires size did you use? 20 gauge or 22?
20 gauge.
20 gauge Nichrome, 9 wrap on each coils, bring in a 0.1, and you're at 140, 150 watts. You're drawing about 46 amps. Let me see. Ooh, damn, I didn't want to go that high. Alright, let's see.
What happens if you put too much juice on your coil?
it'll burn off, or it'll do a thing called like a backfire, basically, and it'll go right in your mouth.
Oh,
Spit back.
Spit back. Yeah, spit
I
back.
actually sometimes I like spit back because then it gives me a bite of my
Like-
juice.
Covered.
Yeah, well, if you get spit back, then you'll get it right in your mouth. So.
All right, so I'm going to talk about Beast's coil building skills here for a second because I'm not going to lie, you also have to realize me and Beast have two different building styles. He uses a coil jig. I do it freehand. So I manually wrap instead of having a little coil jig. But Beast's coils, with that little coil jig, come out perfect. Let's go ahead and show you this real quick. There's Beast's coils. And this is coming in at, this is probably what, 8 wrap?
Give or take, I can't remember at this point.
Yeah.
Are we all using Beast-made coils?
Yeah. Well, except for the ones in the Dead Rabbits, those are pre-mades that I pulled out of my pack. But there's Beast's coils. And he'll probably, knowing him, he'll give me a compliment on my coils.
I will, because I like your
Hang
coils.
on. Let me grab my little menu here.
Those are really nice too.
Thank you. Those are free-handed, so they're not going to be perfect.
If my opening was bigger, I would have got some killer spitback.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
See it?
Sometimes you can actually get spitback with those.
Yeah, I know. I've got it for my tank, but
But Nichrome it gets a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. It's easy to work with. It's got a fairly low resistant. It ramps up pretty quick. Like, we'll go ahead and take this build right here. Because I'm going to show you this. We're going to go down to 68 watts. Super low wattage for me. Beast knows I usually vape between 1 and 130. I still got to figure out what the hell's going on with one of these coils. I don't know which one's fucking up. But I don't usually vape this that much. I love my Dead Rabbit. Literally, fucking Gollum. My precious.
It's a precious Bulbasaur.
Alright, so that's noted. That's a con. I don't know what the hell was going on with this. I just stopped reading my atomizer, so there's that. But it's reading it again.
isn't that when you had that issue with before, though?
I don't remember. That could be.
Is that your Wismac?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one you're having that issue with before. Or is that your new Wismac? Did
That's
you
my-
get a new Wismac?
Yeah, I got the RX Gen 3. This thing better not be failing. If this thing fails, I will say it right now, Wismac can kiss my fucking ass. But I think what might have actually been happening is juice got dropped down in there. And it wasn't making a good connection. So I dried that out. It should read fine now. Alright. So yeah, it's reading fine. But yeah, no. Nichrome gets a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to Beast. It's _S13_ the Beast. And Terro is Terro Storm on YouTube. Anyways, guys, this is Storm Family signing out.